Representative Carter's constituent, Tom Sgouros.
Actually, I'm Representative Earhart's. Sorry,
I apologize.
but close enough. So, but he's not here, so he'll never know. Let's see. So my name is Tom Sgouros, and I'm a freelance budget analyst, is what I am. I prepared some written testimony. I won't go through it, but except to summarize, mostly what I wanted to talk about was how the Department of Transportation got into the sorry mess that it is now. It is, I'm afraid, a problem that started in the Noel administration when it became clear that we were finishing the interstate highways. 95 and 195 were coming to a close, and it looked like federal highway money was going to be cut off unless we borrowed a little bit more to keep it flowing, and that's what happened. Governor Noel decided we would continue to borrow to do some incidental things instead of borrowing for the big project of finishing the interstate. Governor Garrahy tried to sort of pull it back a little bit, but didn't really cut it off. And then when Ed DePrete came in the 1980s, he said, "Oh, that sounds like a great way to do it," and we started borrowing routinely. And the reason we borrow is, as Jerry Elmer was saying, we borrow to make the match to receive federal highway funds. What's important to realize is that no other states do it this way. This is us. You know, other states borrow for transportation stuff, but they borrow for this big project or that big project. They don't borrow year after year after year. And you got to ask, what is the point of borrowing? Borrowing is you either borrow to amortize a cost, or you borrow to invest in something. And the thing about you can't amortize a cost at $40 million a year because it's already amortized. And that's what we're borrowing is $40 million year in and year out. And that's amortized. That's the very definition of it. And as far as investment goes, the projects that we're currently borrowing for are not the big high-profile things. We're borrowing for a lot of things that are essentially glorified maintenance. These are where a road needs maintenance, but we can't really afford to just repave it. So we say, oh, there's a drainage improvement. We'll call it a drainage improvement. Or we'll call it a shoulder widening or a safety improvement or something like that. And that is a way to sort of substitute, to rebuild the road or to rebuild, the transportation feature without calling it maintenance. What's important about that is that investment is something, in order for investment to actually be real investment, you got to be able to do something different when you're done. The projects that are all on the tip list now are all about rebuilding what we've already got. They're really nothing more than maintenance. So if it's not amortization and it's not maintenance, then it's really pointless, and we should stop it. We after Ed DePrete, to go back to the historical thing, after Ed DePrete, Bruce Sunland sort of tried to cut back a little bit. Lincoln Almond, right at the beginning of his administration, cut back a little bit more, but then I don't know what happened. He decided never mind, and we went right back to the old ways. And when Governor Carcieri came in, that was just about the same time as we got a lot of the tobacco money, and we managed to pay down a whole pile of DOT bonds, cut down the debt service that DOT was paying by about almost $20 million, I think. That would have been an ideal opportunity to reconfigure how the department is financed, but we didn't take it. And so now this year we are borrowing. We're planning to borrow $40 million in the coming fiscal year, and we are planning to pay $44 million in debt service. The problem is not just a problem because it's there, but it's also a problem because the signs are that it's getting worse, not better. There are we've embraced the policy of borrowing, and we seem to be sinking deeper into it each year. The maintenance and RIPTA, maintenance and transportation trust fund, I think is a way to start taking some of the pressure off of the department and to begin to start to deal with things in a somewhat more sensible way. Anything else that you need from me, you can either ask me or read it from the thing I'll pass around.
Thank you. My question was, your written testimony, which I don't have in front of me, does that include the numbers, yearly bonding or biannually bonding, going back to the Knoll administration? Is that something you have for us?
It does not right now, but if you'd like that,
If you could get that, I think that would be helpful.
Sure.
Are there any questions for the members of the committee? Thank you.